Gotta do better. We gotta come to win. We're not thinking about racing the right way. All right, guys, we gotta change our strategies. Changing our strategy includes fixing this thing. We're back over here at Bryan's shop. We're gonna work on the OG car some more today. So we went to Nahunta this past weekend and got destroyed. It's just not set up for that. Anytime we put a lot of weight in it, it's just not very happy. This car, I think, is gonna be happier. So we're gonna work on it today. We'll see what happens. We had fun at Nahunta, but this is the car that we want to run at Nahunta. We don't want to take the orange car there. Let me show you what we got going on today. Turbo, we're fixing to do a redneck turbo repair. We're rebuilding the turbo today at Bryan's house. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but we're fixing to do it. Let me show you. Hopefully it works out. I think it's gonna be okay. We're gonna do that, and I got some plumbing to do, put the injectors in it. I got a lot to do. We're gonna get it closer today. Comment, like, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. To celebrate our 75,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away one of my old helmets. I'm gonna get all the crew people to sign this thing, and all you gotta do to enter is go buy a flip coin. So we got 50 flip coins. Go to our website, buy you a flip coin. When we sell all 50 of them, then we will draw a winner. All right, guys, so we're over here. Brandon's over here. Brian's over here somewhere. It looks like he's been at Buc-ee's. He's made a little bit of progress on his over here, too. Let me show you on his small block. He was trying to get it ready for Nahunta as well, but just didn't have time, so he chopped up a set of header. That actually looks really good coming out like that. That looks like it's got plenty of room. Got one side done. It's almost ready to fire up and start, so hopefully in the next week or two, he'll have it up and running so that he can get to the track with this one. So on mine, what we're going to be doing today, I told you, if y'all didn't see the last video where we were over here, actually it might have been the one before that, turbine wheel is beat up. So this is a forced inductions turbo. So we got up with Jose, and Jose had the turbine wheels in stock. So they balance these turbine wheels and compressor wheels separately. So he sent me a turbine wheel. So we're going to take this thing apart, and we're going to put it over there on the back of the golf cart, and we're going to rebuild the turbo right here. Let me show you what's involved. Okay, guys, so here is the turbo. Obviously, it's the turbo. This is called the Chara, C-H-A-R-A. I have no idea what that stands for, but this is the turbine wheel. So this is a GT55 turbine wheel, and what I was talking about earlier, how they balance them independently. See those balance marks back there? That's where they ground it out, and then they also ground on the nut just a little bit there. So this is balanced independently.
Are those copper rings? What is that?
Yeah, that's the seals. So these are the seals that actually seal the oil, so the oil doesn't come out. I don't know if you can notice, but this thread here, if it is focusing on it, this is a reverse thread, and you can see the angle. So lefty loosey, righty tighty is opposite on this. And so essentially what it does is, as the compressor wheel, as this spins, the natural tendency of the turbine wheel is to tighten the compressor wheel, right? So that's how it works. So this generally comes apart pretty easy. Now I've never done a GT55. It is a ball bearing turbo on the inside. So it is ball bearing. It's 2 or 3 ball bearings, and you can see how easy it spins. So the way you can tell if it's ball bearing or not is by, if you look up in here, but you're not going to be able to, but if you take this off, you'll see the cartridge in there, and you'll see that's just how it is. So we don't even need to take the center section apart because we're not messing with that. So all we're literally doing is taking the compressor wheel off. This compressor wheel, the compressor, it does not have a nut, so it is threaded. So essentially there's no neck, no nut. Since this is threaded, that means it can only go on one way. It bottoms out on the shaft here. So the compressor wheel bottoms out here, and so it is the same spot every single time. So that's why you can do this. If you go on even like my diesel truck, my F350, I put a compressor wheel on it. I bought one from somebody, I don't remember who it was. I zinged it off with an impact gun, and then I zinged it back on. A lot of people do that, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do it this way here. So lefty loosey is not the correct way. So righty tighty, is lefty loosey. So Brandon is going to, he's got a dual purpose job here. So this is very difficult by yourself, but he's got to balance this as I turn this. So he's got to hold it and, I got it. What happened?
My magnet's stuck to the freaking golf cart.
Oh, so Brandon is going to hold it and balance it. And see how it's righty? Lefty loosey. Now I'm turning lefty loosey.
Clicking.
And it's clicking because it is not the right way. So that is not the way you go. So you want to, they make a T-handle wrench for this, but I'm going to just do it.
Did these go together dry?
Okay, you got it?
Yep.
Okay, we apparently need to get some heat. No, normally they just screw right off, but we're going to get some heat. So we're going to get a torch and heat this up. It might have Loctite on it. But normally, like if you're a professional, what happens is they have a thing that holds this in there, and then they have a T-wrench. So you can put, you don't want to side load this. Let me go grab a torch. Okay, so now we got a torch. And we're just going to heat it up. Probably if we had the correct tools, we might not have to do this.
Yeah, the fixture will be really nice for that.
Yeah, fixture holding it would be good. Some more leverage like this. Okay, ready?
Yep.
It's a chinged.
It's a ting.
We need more leverage. Let's heat it up a little bit more. I guess if I screw it up, I can just send it all to Jose back in the box and let him. Yeah. Whoa, that's hot!
We're just heating it.
Oh my God, that was stupid. I should have took the wrench off. I should have took the wrench off. Okay, hold on.
Still hot?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Ready?
Yep. If I'm gonna break the.
There we go. Got it. Got it, boys.
It's definitely on there good.
Oh yeah. Which I mean, years of torque. Spinning it.
So why is this thing shaped like a motor? Is it for cooling?
It's cooling. Yeah, that's why it's got fins on it.
It's like a little cylinder.
Oh right. Well, oh yeah, it's got some Loctite on it. Woo, that's hot.
It kind of stinks.
Well, it's because I melted the Loctite. Okay, now this, in theory,
Hey
dozer, should pull right
How's
out.
your day been?
Which we don't care if this is.
That shaft is already trashed, basically.
Generally, it just pushes right out. I would assume. Brian, you ever took a ball bearing turbo apart?
You got a rubber
I
hand?
have not.
There it goes.
But think about every drum bearing I've ever had apart.
Look, it comes apart just like a normal one.
I mean, it should just slide out.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking.
No extra parts go flying away?
Look at there. We got it apart, boys. It was a little tight.
A little carbon in it.
And look, that thing right there is hot.
What do you mean it's hot?
I had to heat it up to get it off.
Why'd you touch it?
Because he likes to touch hot stuff.
All right, let's go. Okay, guys. Well, we got this thing cleaned up. The way this thing is, the ball bearing is down in there. You can't really see it. I just oiled it down in there. So just gonna wipe this off. Basically, this is the sealing surface. That's what I was oiling. So that is the sealing surface of these rings here. And so I'm gonna treat. I don't know if they probably kind of move and stay, but I'm gonna offset them kind of like we do in a engine application.
You have to squeeze those with something?
They squeeze themselves.
Oh, okay.
See how that is tapered right there?
Mm-hmm.
So that
Oh,
taper,
so to drive it down there.
that taper, in theory, should compress as it pushes in theory, which you can probably use that as well to kind of do it. Let's see here. So that goes in there.
Maybe 140 feet out, coming off of a major fin.
There we go.
It wasn't going very fast.
Oh,
It just
okay.
got up on the wall, kicked it over.
Kind of like Bravaras did that time at Justin.
Okay, guys, so that popped right through. So that popped through, so that's not that big a deal. Let me put that back on my microphone here. It's pointing down, but that's okay. So this is, did he post the video, Bryan? Bryan, did he post the video on YouTube?
Yeah.
So our buddy John Viola, I don't know if y'all follow him on YouTube or not. He crashed his Comet.
Like 10 minutes.
He just posted it. So y'all go check out his YouTube channel. Send him some
Racing.
support. VXM Racing. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. Hopefully it's fixable. Which he owns a body shop too, so that's
Kind of what they do.
yeah. But I mean, God, it just sucks though when somebody crashes, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all go check him out. VXM. Brian's over there watching the video. Look how good that spins right there.
Dang. It's impressive.
That is impressive. And it's on all the way. So the
Backyard rebuild.
the rings are in there. So now we got to put the compressor wheel on. So Brandon's going to hold.
We'll do this again.
Yeah, we got to go the opposite way though. So now, righty tighty is lefty tighty. So you got to do it backwards. Yeah. And then that way it's good. So I'm gonna put Loctite on this. It had red Loctite on it. So I'm gonna put some red Loctite. That should be enough. But there again, like I said, the natural tendency of this thing, the way it turns, is it 100% tightens itself as it goes. Okay, so put a little bit of dab of Loctite on the threads in there. A couple of drops. And so now, remember, righty-tighty is not the correct answer, so it's lefty-tighty. See how we're scoring right on there? And this thing will bottom out and go right where it needs to stop. So once it stops, then we'll put some torque on it. It's not going to be a lot of torque. We're going to do a couple ugga-duggas.
We're not going to zing it on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring it on. So that is snug. So we're gonna give it some support down here.
So you're saying it's going to tighten itself when it's running?
Well, it should not loosen. Okay, all right, that's pretty snug. That's probably 30 foot-pounds of torque. Let's give it one more. I mean, we could put a torque wrench on it, I guess. So I'm giving it support here so I don't twist it. That's probably,
Push it back to the pit.
it's probably 30 or 40. Okay, they did?
They rolled it back over and they pushed it back. The lift front is hammered.
Right.
But it looks like a lot of cosmetic, like roof, front end. It didn't even pop a tire.
Okay.
Dang. It's pretty good.
So that is good news. So thank goodness.
I wonder if they're going to work on the other one now or put that one back together.
Oh no. Oh, she giving him a hard time, ain't she? Did she say 40 years? That's the first time he's crashed?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of time,
Yeah.
you know?
Not if, but when.
Somebody's going at some point.
You're gonna crash that bitch.
That's right. It's just a matter of time. All right, so I'm giving some oil in this thing since it's not been oiled in a long time. All right, guys. Well, what do you think?
Next step, startup.
Yeah. So we have now completely... Man, that thing spins better than before. Look at that. Woo, boys! We are fascinated by the sky. That is a lot of doggone difference. It's fixing to pour down rain. That is crazy looking though, isn't it? Brian's right, the sun's way over there. I guess it's just because it's lighter there maybe? It looks pretty on the camera. It's more striking, it's pink. All right guys, well we've been working on this thing. So it doesn't look like we got much done on that time lapse, but we kind of did. So the injectors are back in there. They are just kind of filling spot now. We're going to end up getting new injectors. I got me another hose to go here. That's better. The fuel pump is good. I got a bunch of lines. So information for you guys. if y'all go on eBay and type in BMRS, Brown & Miller Racer Supply hose, you can buy these lines for like $25 a piece. How much do you think that line would cost if you bought it from Brown & Miller? $100? $150?
Price Brown & Miller. That's way out of my price.
I ain't either. I can't afford Brown & Miller.
$100
I mean, it might be a $150 hose.
Kurt just bought a crimping machine.
Oh, did he? Oh boy. So Kurt's about to start making us some lines. I'm about to give him some specs. So you can see, the only problem is when you buy them off of Amazon or eBay,
It might be a little long.
they might be a little long. And so that's okay though. So you kind of have to plan it. So see, these are the remote oil filters. See how that kind of loops? That loops because those ends are not swivel. If they would have been swivel ends, that would have been nice. But so external lines over here, they go in the block. So we got our filter hooked up. This is actually going to be the feed for the turbo. So it's got to be a 90 coming off and then going all the way over here to this. So we need to measure that. That's a -4, which that can be just cheaper stuff. So we'll try to measure it, and it needs to straighten to 90. So we'll do that. Something else, I got this line coming off the pump down there. Carl cooking them. I'm gonna probably get a shorter line here. They had an issue one time where they had the fuel filter close to the head here, blew a head gasket, and it about torched the filter there. And so that's obviously a risk of it being close. So, you know, on my other car, I got the fuel pressure regulator mounted kind of down there. But the good thing is at the head gasket sealing surface, except for right there, the front plate is there. So that's a 1/4 inch aluminum. But I am probably going to end up leaving this here like this, and I'm going to get a fire blanket to wrap this. And then we'll have it this way, and then obviously it'll be away from that area down there. But Carl, I appreciate you looking out for me, because that is something to think about that placement. But being away from that sealing surface. So that's where we'll probably do it here. And I may reroute that possibly. If I turn that fuel pump the other way, then I could let that line come off. I don't know how we're going to do that yet. I may leave it like that. I may not. But they make fire blankets to go around this that will stop it. It's going to get fire blanket if I do leave it there, for sure. So made some progress. Turbo seems to be spinning fine, not touching down. Brand new wheel. Y'all saw that. So this is about ready to go. All right, I guess we're done for the night. You hot, sweaty?
Cool off.
Look, Brian's already got some. So that's what we'll do. We'll wrap that stuff to give it some protection on the fuel filter. That's always a good thing. So, all right, guys. Appreciate it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. Wow, look at that sky. Look at it through the camera.
Oh, wow.
It looks completely different in the camera. That's crazy. All right, guys. We're done. See ya.